Hello. It's been a very, very long time. And I don't know what to call it, anyways, but I can say Happy New Year to you. Of course, I have not seen any, I've not done anything for the new year. I think the last broadcast I had was in September, October last year, so I can't remember. But I want to welcome you guys, those of you who are turning in right now, and those of you who will turn in later, we're going to watch later. Some people have said so many things. I hear people say he has run away. He's this, he's that. He has failed. We are not people who come online to broadcast because we want to either have viewers or we want to come online to get money from YouTube or so. We come online when it is necessary, and it is very, very important because it's been a long time that I actually make this broadcast for me to be able to talk to some of us who like the gospel of truth and who would have missed me along, so much. I also for those of you who are on the path of truth, anyways. So many things have been happening. That is why I decided to come up today to talk about them because it seems like those who are doing lots of atrocities and committing so much atrocities are so relaxed now, feeling that those who would actually talk about these evils, these activities that they are embarking on or carrying out are already gone, and so they can go and get on with what they are doing and do what they have to do, however they want to do it. But I know that we are always there for checks, and I'm also here at all times. So once in a while, I put some stuff on Facebook and on X and all of that. But anyways, I want to say thank you for joining wherever you're joining from. Those who will watch later, I can see one person here. Those people who are always who don't reason would come and say, "Hey, only one person is watching," and then they will send some funny messages. It's normal, anyways. I enjoy their stupidity because sometimes you need to actually know those who are stupid, who are online misleading people. Because it is when they say something or comment online, you know that this particular one is stupid. So whatever will come from this one is actually not going to make sense. I want to thank you all for being there for Mazen and the Kano. Those of you who are on the path of truth. And I also want to thank those who are steadfastly praying for him and hoping that he comes out, and those who are holding forth to the doctrines or the messages of Mazen and the Kano, those who have not allowed themselves to be misled and gone into the cagey dungeon of foolishness and stupidity. Those of you who are steadfastly believing and not moved by emotional, jamborees and emotional braggadocios. Those who try to bamboozle you with their kinds of activities and all of that. I know that there are lots of our people who are still standing on the path of truth and who are truthfully following this cause of freedom. Freedom does not come by emotional disposition and all those emotional reactions we are seeing online. I will talk about so many things here today because I want to ask you whether these people are normal. There are so many things that have been happening, and I begin to wonder. And when these things happen, I begin to look at and observe the comments of some of our people. Anyway, some people have been programmed to actually say some particular things to support some particular people, and all of that. Uh, Somebody say, suffering of the spare. Said, hello, can I interest you in the border jumbo 3000? I don't know who this person is. It seems to, well, I don't understand that message, anyways. But, anyways, um, you know, first of all, before I go on, I want to say, may the soul of Wanda Barbara, who died on the 2nd, I think on the 2nd of January, may her soul rest in peace, and my condolences to her family members. Um, you know, Please, whoever is posting this message, I'm not here for any kind of stuff. I'm here to give you a message. So just listen to me. Don't come and tell me what I've read and what I've not read. Didn't think you'd actually read it. What's the meaning of that? Are you here to please concentrate on my broadcast? Don't come here and tell me about any book or any other material here. That's not where to launch it. If you want to sell, go to the places where you know and sell online. This is not the place to sell anything and ask me where if I've read something. Don't distract me here, please. I'm here for serious business. I'm here to talk about reasonable things, not to talk about whatever you are here to do. Please concentrate on what I'm talking about. Now, Wanda Barbara died on the 2nd of January 2024, and she died of cancer. That's what I heard, and I really, when I heard the story, I was so down and I felt. Anyways, what do? You can't stop death at a particular time, but it also depends on what we do and how we do what we have to do to make sure that we do the right thing and affect humanity, touch the lives of people all over the nations of the world, so that we can have a true testimony and have a blueprint that exudes our influence or our impact in the lives of other people before dying. And it is very, very important that we all do the things that will affect other lives positively. Mwanda Barbara did her own beats. She was, talking about Biafra, talking about Mazen Kanu, and trying to stand on the path of truth, following the course of truth and all of that. I'm not going to say she's perfect, but of course none of us are perfect, but she tried to do what she could do, but she lost and died, lost to death anyways. That means she died, and we want to wish that her son and every family member would be consoled at this time, and God will be with them. And of course, so many people too might have lost somebody somewhere. Some people might also have lost somebody from the beginning of this year to now. So lots of people. In fact, when I was coming in just now, I saw a place where burial ceremony is being conducted. I think 2-3 places, and so it's always like that. We'll always have such kinds of situation, But But what shocked me about this whole thing, I actually wanted to come out last week. I think I wrote on Facebook and on Twitter or X that I am going to do a broadcast about something very critical, especially when I went. Somebody first sent me a particular audio. Of a particular woman in France. Sorry about that. There was an internet interruption somewhere. So it affected the broadcast. Now, was that the death of was supposed to resonate and consolation, and of course, how some people should be, at least when somebody does that is expected of you. Let me put it that way: is that you console the family and talk, at least respect the dead and all of that. Now, someone sent me an audio, and then again I began to receive from other places after that audio was sent to me by a close friend. And when I went through the audio, I decided that I was going to do a broadcast very quickly because of that, because nonsense was talked about in that audio. Now I'm going to talk about it here. I'm not going to play it because I didn't really want to talk about her or talk about the audio, because it's like giving foolish people some kind of credence, or giving them a platform of or making them look relevant. But sometimes, of course, we know that when you are talking about evil, you are not making it relevant. You actually try to make people understand what is happening. Anyways, one lady called Adadiola Mao. So I think that's her name. I always see once a while I scroll through Facebook or somewhere, I just see somebody talking, and when I pause for 1 minute to listen to what she's saying, it makes no sense. So I'm not someone who listens to such kinds of people. But this particular audio that was sent to me was about 3 minutes or 4 minutes audio, and in this audio she mentioned my name. I don't know her. It said she lives in France. She's been in France, and she's just there constituting nuisance, according to me, because I don't see what she's doing in France. She should come to Biafra land, because she's just there. I don't know what she's doing in France anyways, but of course, most of our people who are out there, in other countries of the world, are just busy because they're hustling, they're hustlers, they're looking for an easier way of making ends meet. We that have decided to face the ruggedity of Africa and see what we can do out of what we are in the circumstance we are in Africa, we tend to just keep on and hold on strongly to what we're doing. But anyways, she began to say some stuff. She first began to talk about Wanda Barbara, who is dead. and she was mocking the dead, saying so many things about her, talking against her, and calling and mocking, and then she was like saying or implying that what has happened to Barbara is because she stood against her principal, that's Adeolama's principal, and stood against Simon and all of that. And I laughed when I heard that, anyways. But the first thing that came to my mind was that I had said to myself that for the fact that she's mocking the dead and coming online, these people don't reason. They just come online to say anything they want to say. They don't reason out with the implication of what they're saying or the consequences of what they're saying. All they want to do is just come online and say something so that they can get viewers. That's why most of them are following Simon, because they know that with Simon they can get some viewers. YouTube would give them money because their viewership is much. They can broadcast and lots of people will come around and hail them and say so many things, and then and they get viewership and all of that. And of course, they are receiving pay from the media team of Simon, receiving pay for what they meet to do what they have to do so that they can be paid and justify their presence. And of course, they've been recruited to actually stand and make it look like some stuff are happening. They push narratives that are make no sense, narratives that are just frivolous. They push those narratives, make you feel that things are happening in Biafra land, and they are doing so many things, and they are here, and they are all over the world, and the world is recognizing their BRF or whatever they call it, and the world is so much behind them, and all of that, making it boost, making it look like Simon is very, very busy and he's very active and is getting results. Now they are recruited for that, but it's not my business what they are recruited to do. But as long as it harms the people and works against the people, I will always talk about it. That's why I talk about it. Not because I want to talk about these people. Now, for Adeolama to come on air to mock the dead, Wada Barbara, who just died, and linking her death to the fact that she has gone spiritual and made it that anybody who mocks Simon will go down, and Wada Barbara has gone down. Then she now, our turn is coming, and was saying so many things, and implying that Wanda Barbara is gone, it will soon be my turn, it will soon be the turn of the other people she mentioned, and all of that. I got angry in my spirit because she mentioned my name, because I don't have a business with her, I don't have any dealings with her, I don't have personal, I've not had any discussion with her, I don't have on what basis will I have a discussion with such kinds of dullards and those blank heads. I have discussions with them. I'm not saying they are irrelevant, anyways. In their own field, they are relevant, but to the level, if people want to talk about Biafra project and talking about professional things like freedom, things that people don't understand the complexity of the word freedom. They think freedom is just about coming on social media and just come and talk hard and talk just like Simon was doing and talking hard, not knowing that he doesn't even have the brains to process the information of the things he's saying. Now see where he is. Anyways, he has killed our people. He has beheaded women. He has beheaded men. He has killed so many people. He has committed a lot of atrocities, and so he has to face the consequences. We see Ngozi Raboze flexing her little muscles, and then the other group of people under Akbarawa and Raphael, the so-called pastor, all of them misbehaving and constituting nuisance. Are these people normal? That's my topic today. I want to talk about it, but let me finish with the so-called Adeolama woman or lady or whatever she is. I don't know what to categorize that kind of person. Now, she mocked Barbara who died, and then she mentioned my name and the names of other people, saying that it's our turn. Now, I don't go around cursing people. I have had lots of people send me curses because of this Biafra project. People send either voice messages. In fact, 2 weeks ago, somebody sent me curses and was laying curses that I'm going to die, I'm going to do this, that the gods, they are doing this and all of that. I didn't answer them because I know that anything you say against me goes to you and your family. You will see it happen to you. It's not, I don't brag about it. I don't need to go anywhere. I don't need to kneel down anywhere. I don't need to go before anything to say it because I have a pure heart. What I'm doing is not for selfish purposes. That is why I stood against Simon, because it is not for selfish purposes. It's not to make many name for myself. That's why I stood against him when he came with the issue of the currency, putting the faces of his face and other faces in the currency, and then even when he said that they're going to put my face, I kept against it. You know why? It is not about me. It's about the project. When they turned against Mazin Namdekano, when they were stealing the resources, the monies of the people, I stood against it. It is not about me. It is about the freedom. So everything I do is about freedom. It is not to get viewers or to get money from YouTube. Of course, there's nothing wrong. I keep saying it. There's nothing wrong in monetizing your plan. After all, you are using money to. Sorry for that disconnection. It was actually the net. Sorry for that disconnection. It was actually the network stuff that. So now, what I'm saying is that the essence of coming online is not the issue of making money from YouTube and other social media platforms. Is a secondary matter. The essence and the reason why we are on social media is. Anyways, let me talk about the issue of that Adadiola man. I don't talk about people, I don't come to talk about people, but when people begin to misbehave, and especially because the reason why I'm saying this is because Barbara died, and she had the effrontery to come mock the dead on social media. That tells you that something is wrong with her. In the first place, she's not normal. It is either the spirit world or the spirits have doomed her for destruction, so she has to do things that will cause her to be destroyed, or she's not normal. These are two things. She's not normal, or she has been doomed for destruction. I don't see any reasonable person who comes online to mock her sister or her brother or his brother or his sister when they are dead, when they have not offended you. You don't have any personal business with them. The only thing is that you disagree on the issue of freedom fighting, which of course we know that the reason why we disagree is because of the criminality of what you're doing. Now you come online to mock the person who is dead and to now call my name to say I'm next. Please, any of you who know that Adadiola Lama, whatever she is, that one in France, coming online every time. The other time I saw her, people started sending me video about her after they sent me the video of the audio of when she was talking about me. She called my name, Kelechi, and said some stuff. It is now your turn. This one is gone. Barbara is gone. It is now your turn. It's now the turn of this other person. It's now the turn of this person. Calling our names and singing that useless song the way she was singing it and saying all she was saying. Calling my name, which means that she wishes me dead. That's what it implies. Now, I'm not going to say anything, but I will say this. Please, anybody who knows her should cut this part and send to her that everything she thinks that will come against me, if she has wished me death, it will come on her, not her alone. Before it comes on her, it will run in her family. She will see things happen that she will cry. That cry she was crying to Simon, saying that Simon is calling her Sabu, is small, because that's hypocritical cry. Now, I saw a particular video she did last week or 2 weeks ago. I just decided to listen to that when I saw, because I wanted to see if, when they sent me the audio of what she said about me, they now sent me another video of one broadcast she made. They wanted me to listen to it, so I thought she mentioned my name there again. So I decided to download that one. I think about 20-something minutes or 40-something minutes. I downloaded it so that I could watch it later. And then when I watched it, I discovered what she was saying. What did she come there to do? She was coming to say that nobody is talking about Simon, blah, 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 blah. Now, if she is normal and she's reasonable, in that particular video, she mentioned Ngozi Orabueze. And she mentioned her as her hero, said so many things about her, talked about how they are close, talked about how good she is. Then she still continued to talk about where is Simon. Now, in the first place, if what you came to do online is not just jamboree, to get viewership and then get YouTube send money to your account. Why are you coming online to ask of Simon when you are close to Ngozi Araboise, who is supposed to be the deputy, and you are supposed to ask her and talk about Simon's matter? She is there. You said so many things about her. You said so many good things about her. You said Ngozi Araboise is fantastic. Ngozi Araboise is this, blah, 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 blah. And you still came online to be asking us, well, nobody's talking about Simon. They have left him there, blah, blah. Why not ask the person who said she is the deputy prime minister and whom you claim to be so close to? Why not ask the person rather than coming online to indict that person? Because that broadcast, she doesn't even understand. That's why I say these people are not reasonable. For the fact that you said you are close to the so-called deputy prime minister of your government that is resident on social media, and you said you are close to your deputy prime minister, and yet you didn't ask your deputy prime minister where the prime minister is. Rather, you came on social media. One, you have come to discredit that your deputy prime minister online because you are trying to tell the world that she is not transparent, she's not giving you people information, she's not really projecting anything to you people, she doesn't know what she's doing. So you are coming to ask the public, where is the prime minister, whereas the deputy prime minister is there. So they don't understand the implication of, that's why I say she's not reasonable. They don't understand the implication of what they do because they are not reasonable. They're not reasonable. They're not senseless. So she coming online to lay curses and wish me dead. I tell her that everything she has said in that calling my name, if she hadn't mentioned my name, I wouldn't have come here to say anything about it. But mentioning my name alone is if she has committed, that's the crime. Because I don't have a business with her. What's my business with Adadiola now, or whoever she is? Have I ever done business with her before? Have I ever talked with her before? Have I ever communicated, had any communication with her? Why is she coming online to call my name after Barbara is dead? And now coming to tell us that we are the next? Is she crazy? Is something wrong with these people? Is something wrong with these people? Are they normal at all? You're coming to tell me that it's my turn is coming because I don't agree with Simon. Who is Simon? Is Simon the leader of Biafra? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of Biafra. That's the person I'm obliged to. That's the person I am fighting and talking for, dedicated to the cause of freedom. He has shown over time that he is transparent and wants good for the people, in spite of the fact that many people around him are criminals. But he is standing out in the midst of the whole show. He doesn't have he has not built any house. He's still living in his father's house. Even in London where he is, he's not showing off. He does things moderately. He does not squander the resources of Biafra nation. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been outstanding. That is why I come online and open my face to the public and talk about him and ask for his freedom. And I believe in his approach. His approach is non-violent approach, even if we have to defend ourselves. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is standing out. So I have every reason to justify my coming out to talk about him. Who is Simon, for God's sake, that I should talk about? One, in the first place, he has not shown that he's transparent. I've worked with him directly. He has shown that he's criminal. He has shown that he's not here for the purpose of the thing. He's here for money. When I exposed Ngozi Araboise as a government agent, showing him proofs, he kicked against it. He came online to call me a criminal. Imagine that, because Ngozi Araboise was bringing money. He was, when I talked against Azuka, he was angry because Azuka's husband's account was being used to collect the monies. Now look at what they're doing now. Look at what they're doing on social media. And they're surprising people. Now, I'm not going to ask if Ngozi Araboise and co, Barawa and all those people are normal. They are not normal, I know. But my question goes to those people who are following them. Are these people normal? Is it that you don't know how to read in between lines? You don't know how to study things and see for yourself? You don't have a hind sight or an insight to things? Because let me not talk about foresight, because foresight takes you to beyond. Let's just talk about insight. That means things happen, at least Foresight takes you to the future. Insight takes you to something that has happened that you are expected intellectually to be able to harness, process the information, and know what is happening. Now, you don't and cannot process information. Look at, from beginning, look at how Simon took over. First, the account. She was not, it was in Azuka's husband's account. Azuka has gone to hide it now. She's now enjoying her loot. Simon also, and all his plans. I told you people the other time that it will come to before the end of last year. Simon will go away. Another group of people will come, and they will continue from there and tell you that, hey, Simon has tried, this has happened, but we must continue. We must get this Biafra. We must do this. In the first place, I want to talk to those people who are rejoicing that they did independence declaration or whatever they call it in Finland. For God's sake, don't you reason? What is independence? And how can you redeclare what is already declared? Sorry, how can you declare what is already declared? How can you do that? Because Biafra is already there, even if we are still under bondage. What Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is planning for is for a referendum to give us back what is already there. Now they said they want to declare Biafra. And they sat in Finland, lodged in hotels, did their jamborees, took selfies, jubilated, ate and danced and did all the jamborees and all the shenanigans. Lodged themselves in hotels, took themselves male, female, all of that, bodos as well, homosexuals and all of that. They got into hotels, enjoyed themselves, boozed and just did everything and came out and started fighting over accounts. That's what they're doing now. Fighting over accounts. And that's what I see on X. I don't know where that one came from. I think that should be Butuza also. That write something ROZ or something. And begin to make the dumb followers think that he's very spiritual. You are very spiritual, and the person you are claiming to be spiritual, you are talking with in the spirit, the person is still in jail. Why can't you bring him out? Why can't you bring him out? You are so spiritual that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been there. Why can't you say that? Some of you said you have been talking with him in the spirit. Why can't you bring him out? You claim to be so spiritual. In fact, some of them who are sending me curses, I begin to wonder whether they reason. You are sending curses to me. And you are telling me that you are doing some things in your shrine. You have done some things against me. This will happen, that will happen. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is in detention. You don't have the power to go to Fulani detention or to go to that place to conjure things to happen. But you have the power to come after me. No. Do you have sense? Do you have sense? So let me tell you guys. Tell Adadiola, this is the last time I'm going to mention that name, for coming online to call my name and to wish me dead because Wanda Barbara is dead and saying that it's my turn. I'm not, the others can take it, those people she called alongside my name. But for me, I'll tell her this online. For mentioning my name, she has treaded on a dangerous ground. And she should expect the wolves to come over her life from today. The wolves, this 2025. Because you don't come online, you don't just go and fight people because you just see them on social media, they talk and all of that, and you don't know who they are. You start calling them and start fighting them. Just like one idiot sent me a message 2 weeks ago, telling me I'm going to die, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And she has the other time she came up and she went to somewhere. They have shot gun, they have done this against me, they have done this, that this time around I'm going to die, blah blah. What nonsense! And I'm telling them all, anybody who is, whether secretly who have not told me before or who have told me, telling me that they have done this against me. One, in the first place, I don't have time to go against you, to fight you, because I am not dragging anything with you. I'm only doing my bits in Biafra project, and I came to meet most of the people on the Biafra project, and I came with an open heart. As long as I don't have anything against your heart, but you have decided to go this level, just watch it. Double fold of everything you do, whether in the shrine or enchantment or invocations or incantations or whatever you do in the public, or the things you project, or you carry powder, or you take eggs, you break anything against me and all of that. Double portion of everything you wish comes on you and your family. Your families will be involved in accidents that you wish me. The accidents will be worse. Will be involved in so many things that they will wish to die, and they will not die, but they will feel that in fact before they die, and you will suffer your losses. You will suffer financial, anything you wish me is coming on you double fold. Anybody who is sending me curses, I don't. You see, some people just think that they are too. I don't know why people are so arrogant. Some of our people are so arrogant. Honestly, some of our people need to be taken to spiritual psychiatric, therapy, taken through that process. Because some of them, because they go to one shrine and they get one, two things around themselves, they think they are so powerful. They think they are knowledgeable about spiritual things. They don't know that the spiritual form of a human being is so strong that they don't even need an external program to activate it. They just need a knowledge of who they are for their spiritual stance to be activated. And as long as someone has not done you anything, a curse without a cause cannot stand. You can't curse someone who has not offended you. Even if you go to RC and all of this stuff, those places where they want to go, of course, corrupted evil, and do some stuff against the innocent, it will still backfire. How can you come? You'll be sending me curses online, on social media. What is in your heart? What is it really? Are these people normal? You're sending me curses. You came online. Instead of you to concentrate on your broadcast, support your Simon you're supporting. I'm not telling anybody not to support their Simon or whoever they want to support. But the truth about it is that all of you can know now that Simon is not important to Biafra. So who is talking about it? The person who is being talked about is Mazen Namikano. Even the governors that are his enemies, he is the one they are talking about. Who is talking about Simon? Simon is inconsequential. He's inconsequential. In fact, he prefers to be in that freelance jail and use it as an alibi and to tell you that it's because they put me in jail I couldn't give you freedom. Because in the first place, he would have just done that jamboree and then keep collecting more money from you, sending some of the money to his boys on ground. They will keep killing people in Biafra land and making you feel that they are busy. That's what they have been doing. Do you want to see videos how they butchered women, butchered men, killed pregnant women? Do you want to see videos of the atrocities Simon has committed through Butuzo and Gentle? Do you want to? Some of you have seen them, but do you want to see more? Everything is glaring. Now this guy was just there for the money, eating large and all that. Do you see Mazen Namikano come around to do all this nonsense? Because he's serious-minded. Serious-minded people. And let me tell you something. The reason why people like Simon would want unrest to continue is because it helps to make it, and when unrest continues, he comes to say something so that you think that he's the one creating tension. It is coming from him. That's why he got into trouble. Because he talks too much. He brags too much. Watch Mazen Namikano. Even when an IPOB, even when ESN went wrong one second time, he came online and said anybody who does that will be dealt with. Anybody in IPOB who does wrong, he comes online to say it. But Simon does not. Rather, he wants to tell you that they are in control. Biafra's 10, Nigeria 0. He wants to, because he knows that when he brags, you will bring more money. And he thinks and believes that the bragging will not be taken seriously by Finland, because he knows some politicians. He goes to snap pictures with them. He has gone to meetings with some political, he belongs to a political association. So definitely you meet people there and all of that. And the politicians in those places are not people like in Nigeria where they are sitting on high horses. There you can meet your politicians even on the streets. So it's not a big deal. So he felt that they have recognized him because he took a letter to the place to the parliament and told them that I think you remember 2 years ago when he did that, that that Biafra is suffering and all of that. And then so he felt that because he has given them a letter, he can come online and say anything and nobody will hold him. People will just feel that, they all understand in the parliament that yes, Biafra is going through here. So he's fighting to defend the people. That's what. So he was using this strategy to psychologically to think to play his game, take responsibility for every evil that happens in Biafra land, and thinking that he's shielded by Finland. And some of you didn't know that he's playing that kind of game. Very crazy game. But he never knew that the time is coming. So when Gentle and Co. butchered people, look at that pregnant woman they killed. Cut off her neck. They were killing people like the way Fulanis kill people. They are cutting people's necks. That's why I doubt. Because if you go online now, you can never see him mention his father. He'll never tell you where his father is from. So that's why I doubt if his father is truly a Biafra, because I don't know where they got the cutting of people's necks from. So whatever thing people come up with, I don't doubt it until it's proven. They cut off this woman's head and use knife to cut her vulva, the vaginal top part, and cut it off. Can normal people behave that way? This is an evidence of madness. These people are not normal, we know. But you that is following them, are you normal? Will any ESM member behead a Biafran, cut off the vagina or the vulva or whatever it's called, the lips or whatever it's called, cut off those stuff? Or even cut off the body. Let's just call it the vagina, because the whole of it is the vagina. Cut it off. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will be quiet and looking and feel cool. Can Mazi Nnamdi Kanu do that? Ask yourself some serious questions, some critical questions, reasonable questions. Be intellectual enough. Will Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ever do that? No matter who you are in IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never take that. Even during the riots and all of that, there's some levels you get. You tell you, no, don't go that way, but this way go, because it's right, because we are defending ourselves. But getting our people and butchering them, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will never take that. He will never take that. We have heard him several times. He comes online and what he does to people. Most of you are following. You're not reading in between lines. Look at what is happening right now. Barawa has his group. They say, okay, he's their deputy. He's the one who is sitting as an acting prime minister. Ngozi Oronigbo is at the other extreme end. Those who are making money from Ngozi Oronigbo are also sitting there, calling her their acting prime minister. Everybody seems to be hustling for their belly, and the whole thing is like these people are just desperate. All on social media. This thing has no effects on Biafra land. The whole of the thing, the declaration of the freedom, the talk and all they are doing does not have any impact on Biafra land. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu still has impact in Biafra land. All they are saying has no impact on Biafra land. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has impact in Biafra land. And the Biafra people, some of them don't even know, they've not even been here. So the only thing is that even the men that they left on ground, Simon's people, the few people, those people that he's sending money to kill people, they have been divided. Some are for Ngozi, some are for the other. So they are also seeking, they are there because they are getting money. That's why they are there. They are not there because they want to, they know that they have to continue to get the monies from these people. So they have to shift loyalty, whether to this one or to the other one, who brings the best, who brings the most of the money, the highest bidder, I want to talk to you guys, the next 2 minutes I'll be rounding off this. Those of you who are on the path of truth, please stay on the path of truth. Read in between lines. When you see things happen, read in between lines. Understand things from body language and from actions. That is why you are a human being. That is why you have brains to read in between lines. Please, I want to charge you guys, those of you who are out there, leave all these people alone. Don't you see what they are doing? Don't you see what they are doing? Look at Ralph Ajere. Look at Sonia Para. Look at 247. Look at all of them. In fact, they said that Sonia Para also went to bring Gaddafi. Look at the nonsense that is going on. It's not desperation. All of them are on pay. Desperation. Please, let's be reasonable. Don't be an abnormal person this 2025. Don't be a mugu. Don't be a mugu, for God's sake. Reason in 2025. Reason. Don't allow this. Let's focus. We can get our freedom without even this. We don't even need all this. Yes, we can. We need to defend ourselves, but all this nonsense is not how to defend yourself. Killings and butchering your people, kidnappings is not the way to defend yourself. You are only committing crime. There are ways you defend yourself. The international community will know that yes, you are on the path of legality. So I want to implore every one of you, let's stop this madness. Focus on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Wait for him, because I don't trust any other person. Even those people on the platform of the DOS, you see me, I've not been doing anything on that platform because I've not been communicating with those ones and all of that. I just read what they're saying, sometimes I listen to their broadcast and all of that. And why I do that is just to get information on what is happening and what they are saying. But as long as that system, that office is still intact with the people Mazi Nnamdi Kanu left, I cannot beat my chest that the people there are clean. Some of them are not clean, because 1, 2, 3, or 4 people in that DOS must be involved in what's happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I'm telling you, there's no way the enemy can penetrate without somebody helping them from the inside. Just like Judas, from the inside. So I don't know who that person is yet, because we've not had any, we've not seen them raise any fact-finding committee to look into the actions. Everybody seems to be saying, let Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come out first. So let's wait for him to come out, and then we know who is responsible, so that we know who and who to listen to on the platform of the DOS. But for now, I am keeping aloof, watching everybody, listening to everybody, understanding the body language of everybody, knowing what everybody is doing. And that is how you should operate. Don't throw yourself on people and allow them to misuse you. Use your brain and turn you to Mugu and collect your money. It is high time we reasoned. Thank you so much. Today is the 18th day of January 2025. It's Saturday, and I want to say thank you to you all. This is about 3:41 Biafra time, and I want to thank you all for those of you who are watching, those who are going to watch later. We'll continue. By God's grace, I'll try to make sure that once in a while I am out to talk to us, to see that we reason very strongly. I want to thank those of you who are the path of truth. Continue. God bless you. Chukwu bless you very much. Let's be focused. Don't be bamboozled by these criminals.